What if I told you that by the end of the Polygamist Season 1, you will not just have a favorite character, you will have a sworn enemy? Because somehow, in a show built on complicated relationships, jealousy, secrets, and emotional chaos, Jonasi still manages to stand out as the most frustrating character in the entire series. And I am not saying this lightly. By the end of this recap, we're going to break down his worst decisions, his most jaw-dropping moments, and the one episode that made everyone collectively say, yeah, he is the worst. But here is the real question. Is Jonasi badly written or brilliantly written to make us hate him? Let us get into it. Today, we are recapping the Polygamist Season 1 and putting Jonasi under the microscope. Spoiler warning ahead, we are covering the full season. Season 1 introduces us to a layered, emotionally volatile world where relationships are already fragile. And then, Jonasi walks in and somehow makes everything worse. The show revolves around a polygamous family dynamic that already is dealing with insecurity, power struggles, emotional neglect, financial stress, loyalty conflicts, and instead of stabilizing things or even attempting empathy, Jonasi often fuels the fire. At first, he doesn't seem like the villain. In the early episodes, he comes off as confident, charming, and maybe just a little misunderstood. He speaks with authority. He presents himself as someone who knows what he wants. And for a moment, you think, okay, maybe he's just decisive. But then the pattern starts. One of the biggest red flags with Jonasi is control. Not leadership, not structure, control. There is a difference. Throughout the season, Jonasi consistently dismisses other people's emotion, makes major decisions without consultation, reframes situation to make himself look rational, gaslights when confronted. Remember episode 3 when tensions rise after one of the wives expresses feeling overlooked? Instead of validating her, Jonasi flips the script. He accuses her of being ungrateful and very dramatic. That moment was key because it wasn't just a disagreement, it was a power play, and it sets a tone for how he handles conflict for the rest of this season. Now, let us talk about communication, or more accurately, Jonasi's lack of it. You know, a healthy communication involves good listening, acknowledging feelings, compromise, transparency, but Jonasi's version, it is deflection, interrupting, selective honesty, strategic silence. There is a recurring pattern where he withholds information until it benefits him. And when the truth eventually comes out, which it always does, he acts shocked that anyone is upset. Episode 5 is a perfect example. Instead of addressing rumors directly, Jonasi lets them fester. He watches tensions rise between the wives. He allows insecurity to grow, and when finally confronted, he minimizes everything. That wasn't just bad communication, that was manipulation. And the viewers noticed it. Now, this is where things really shift. Jonasi demands emotional loyalty, respect, and understanding from everyone else. But when it is his turn to extend grace, suddenly the rules change. Throughout season 1, he expects forgiveness. Instantly, he resents being questioned. He frames accountability as disrespect. There is a scene in episode 7 where one of the wife calmly explains how his actions hurt her, calmly, and instead of engaging, he walks away. That walk away moment might seem small, but symbolically, it says everything. Jonasi doesn't want resolution. He wants control over the narrative. Now, here is where things get interesting. Is Jonasi truly selfish? Or is he deeply insecure? Because if you look closely, a lot of his behavior stems from ego protection. Whenever someone challenges his authority, someone bonds with him, someone questions his decision, he reacts defensively, almost threatened. There is a subtle layer of insecurity underneath the bravado, and the writers do sprinkle moments where you see cracks in the armor. But here is the issue. Instead of growing from those moments, he doubles down. And that is what frustrates viewers the most, because redemption was possible. Now let's talk about that episode. The family gathering that was supposed to be about unity, and instead it turned into emotional chaos. Jonasi makes a last-minute decision that blindsides everyone. He justifies it as doing what is best, but the reality is clear. He didn't consult anyone because he didn't want opposition. The fallout? Tears, confrontations, trust shattered, lines drawn, and when confronted publicly, he plays the victim. That is the moment many viewers officially gave up on him, because conflict is one thing, but refusing accountability, that is another. Now, let us be fair. Did Jonasi ruin the season? Actually, no. He might have made it better. Hear me out. A character that sparks this much debate, frustration, and analysis is doing something right. From a storytelling perspective, you felt something, you yelled at your screen, you texted your friends, you paused the episode just to process the audacity. That is impact. Jonasi may be unbearable at times, but he is compelling. Without him, season 1 would have lacked tension. Without his decisions, there will not be mistakes. Without his flaws, there will not be growth opportunities for other characters. Ironically, being the worst might be exactly what makes him essential. Online discussions about season 1 are flooded with texts like, Jonasi needs therapy. He thinks he's the main character. He weaponizes logic. He never apologizes properly. Why does he always flip it? But there's also another camp, the viewers who argue. He is under pressure. He is trying to balance impossible expectations. He is a product of his environment. He is flawed but realistic, and honestly, both sides have a point. But the truth is, Jonasi feels real, messy, imperfect, emotionally reactive, defensive, and maybe that is why he hits such a nerve. So, is Jonasi the worst character ever? Ever is a strong word. TV history has given us some true villains, but within the world of Polygamist season 1, he is definitely the most frustrating, not because he is evil, but because he has had chances to be better and did not take them. That is what makes him difficult to watch, not pure malice, but repeated choices. If season 2 wants to evolve Jonasi's character, here is what needs to happen. Genuine accountability, a moment where he truly listens, consequences that actually stick, vulnerability without defensiveness, growth and not just speeches about growth, because if he stays static, the frustration will turn into indifference, and indifference is worse than hate. Now, I want to hear from you. Is Jonasi the worst character ever? Or is he just misunderstood? Drop your take in the comments and be specific. What moment sealed it for you? If you enjoyed this recap, make sure you like the video. It really helps push the channel, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite shows. Next up, we might rank Jonasi's worst moments, because honestly, there are options. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next Celebrity Drama Files breakdown.